Hello, folks. Welcome to another episode of Your Next Move. I am your host, Evan Saint-Gerard, your New York Realtor, and I have a special guest from the Twin Cities of Minnesota. I'm going to let him introduce himself.
Hey, thanks, Evantz. Appreciate it. It's me. I'm Tony Farah from the Twin Cities. So grateful to be on your show, Evantz, and I appreciate you including me, man. I'm a real estate agent out of the Twin Cities. I've been doing real estate for 7 years, and I work with buyers and sellers. I also specialize in working for families with special needs, especially those who are looking to relocate from within the state as well as from out of states, for better resources and services. So happily married. I have two boys. My oldest has autism. He's non-speaking. He's 16 years old. And our youngest is 12-year-olds, and he's on the way spectrum, on the way other side of things. So yeah, thanks for having me, and happy to share, man.
All right, dude, you have so much stuff going on. I don't know where to start with you. First off, you speak 3 languages?
Yes, so I speak, I'm originally from Lebanon, so Arabic is the Lebanese language, obviously. And I grew up in Lebanon. I didn't migrate to the U.S. until I was 17. But our school system back home requires us to start with 2 languages, so French and Arabic, up until like 6th grade. And that's when we would pick up the English language as well.
Okay. Do you remember any of the French?
Un petit peu.
Okay, good. I'm trying to remember any French right now. My last name is Saint-Gerard, so I should know something. I can't think of anything off the top of my head right now. I know my mother's looking at me right now. I
can quiz you on the Arabic language if you want.
Let me see. I can't think of it. I don't know. No. I know halal. That's about pretty much the only thing I could.
Sure.
Some halal food. We're going to talk about food in a minute, but let's not skip that. All right. So let's talk about your area of expertise. You mentioned you work with families, special families, basically with special needs and stuff like that.
Absolutely. We work with a lot of people, right? So they come from us from all over, and what we know is the top leading source is obviously a referral, from past clients, fear of influence. So with the presence of the internet, honestly, it has simplified the way we work. Prior to that, it was impossible to really go outside of your geographic area just because of time. But the Twin Cities consist of like Minneapolis and St. Paul, and they're like within half hour away from each other. So I focus on really the Twin Cities and the surrounding areas, which encompass about 7 counties when it's all put together. Now, Minneapolis, downtown area of Minneapolis focuses more on the business side, and St. Paul focuses more on, it's where the state capital, where all your legislators are. And it's really a unique a part of the Twin Cities, how they're located within each other. So there is a 694 that loops around and connects with 494. So 694 corridor is a highway that goes, east and west, and then 494 goes south and north, and they kind of loop around both cities.
All right. So obviously you're driving. Is there trains, buses? What's the mode of?
We do have a train that connects both cities, and obviously we have our Spark Mall of America right by the airport, so that leads to there as well. There's another line that's being constructed that takes more west of the Twin Cities. There are buses, obviously. We do promote green transportation, believe it or not. We have lanes for bikes, although we only get like 3-4 months out of the year where you could see pavements, right? Otherwise, it's just white powder that we see on the ground.
Gotcha. Are you guys doing a lot of the e-bikes, the electric bikes?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. We, again, electrics, they're kind of like in the high peak. So they start during the springtime and they go throughout the summer. Early fall is when they pull them off.
Well, we're filming this basically during the springtime. We're here in New York, basically the weather's going back and forth. One day it's spring, the next day it feels like it's winter again. So I don't know what your weather is right now, but
It's been kind of an odd year. Let's put it that way. Today we
yes.
have the sun out, so we're soaking all that vitamin D, but it's been kind of a strange weather. But I'm thinking, because we haven't seen spring yet, it's going to be a long summer for sure.
From your lips to God's ears. Now, speaking of summer, spring and summer, what are things that people can do or people are doing, taking advantage of basically while they're in your areas?
Well, we're known for the lakes, right? So we're known for at least 10,000 plus lakes, and we've got some of the beautiful water and some of the beautiful sceneries, parks and trails and whatnot. So people really get anxious when the snow melts, even though it may be still a little rigidly cold outside. They just want to bundle up and just start walking these trails, walk by the water. Right now, it's the time for everybody that has a boat to get it on the water and start planning the summer. We don't, like I said, we don't have a long summer that people can take advantage of. So it's 7 days a week, all summer long, basically. So, yeah.
All right. So we can't have summer activities without what other things, music, food festivals, what other things you have going on in your area?
Well, we have, as a Lebanese, we have our own Lebanese festival in the summer around the third week of September. But there are other affiliations as well that throw their festivals. We call them festivals because they kind of open up in a big parking lot and then throw these tents, and then the food and the drinks and the smell and the scent brings people together, right? So we also have outdoor venues, for like concerts. We're known for market, kind of like food markets. So usually these are on the weekends, Saturday and Sundays. And that's where people kind of, it brings a lot of crowd for like fresh vegetables or fruits. They have coffee, donuts, and they walk around and people are singing, or, they've got a little bit of gatherings around. So there's a lot of that happens, and food trucks, they're just everywhere. So either at parks, we have a lot of parks here, or downtown areas, for lunch hours. So
I'm going to put you
advantage of that as well.
I'm going to put you on the spot.
Mm-hmm.
What's your favorite food?
Hey, Lebanese, man, come on.
Okay. What specifically?
Shawarma is my favorite wrap, whether it's beef or chicken, all day long.
Okay, all right.
And I know in New York, you've got nothing but the best out there. So here's something you don't know about me. So wherever I go, wherever I travel, the first thing I do is go on Yelp and the best Lebanese food around. It's me. It's something that I can never stop, even though, I have the best that cooks Lebanese in the house here, besides my mother and my wife and my mother-in-law and, all relatives. I feel the urge to go to a store. I haven't eaten in before, but it's because it has 5 stars. I'm going to try it. And I always go for that. So
if you come to New York, I don't know personally, but I'm going to say Queens most likely has the best Lebanese food.
Totally.
Maybe Brooklyn might be a slight second. I know I'm going to get a lot of hate mail for this, but I think Queens is going to have the top Lebanese food in New York area, and then maybe Manhattan at some point.
All day long.
All right. So we're talking about food. Any other food basically besides Lebanese food basically in Minnesota people should try that's known as Minnesota food?
Well, my favorite thing to do is barbecue. So I've got a green egg, and I always love to marinate.
I'm sorry. Did you say green egg?
Yeah, it's one of those green egg barbecue that it's pressured.
Oh, okay.
The pressured ones.
Okay.
And I like to marinate chicken tenders with our secret sauce, which is lemon juice, garlic, and olive oil. Marinate them overnight and then throw them on the grill. I don't like to eat them the same day just because they taste much better 24 hours later, as crazy as it sounds, because I get to taste the barbecue, kind of like the wood taste, 24 hours later. So, but yeah, I only get to do these kind of spring, summertime as well, just because of the weather.
All right. So what are like activities for families? We mentioned the hiking, We mentioned the lake. Is there any activities for families to do when they come out to your areas?
Well, we love to shop, so we invite you to come to Minnesota where you can shop until you drop. It's a
Okay.
saying. We say that up here a lot. You betcha is another one of lingos up here.
Hmm.
So the Mall of America is huge. So it's a bunch of stores in addition to the camps inside a big mall, and you could spend all day there and you won't even really walk the whole place. So we've got that. We've got, again, the lakes. Up north is really beautiful for road trips. You've got Lake Superior up there, and you know that's and then we've got in August we've got the State Fair.
Okay.
Talking about food again, you've got all kinds of different ethnic foods. Multiple different diverse people coming together, and it attracts millions of people every year. So it runs, I think, up until Labor Day weekend. So yeah, that's another big event that happens in the summer up here.
What about sports? What do you guys got going on for sports? I know you got the Vikings for football,
We have the
Timberwolves.
Vikings for football. We've got the Timberwolves for basketball. I'm a big fan and a season ticket holder as well. So we did good this year. So we got more to build on. We've got the Twins for baseball, and we've got the Wilds for hockey.
All right. And then is there like any college basketball or anything
Of
else
course,
besides?
there's the Gophers. You got the Gophers. They got football, hockey, as well as basketball and baseball.
So for sports fans, basically, they're considering basically moving out. This is an area that has a lot of activity, especially sports, for them to.
It's a vibrant state. It's a very friendly, family oriented, no question about it. People tend to move here for many obvious reasons, but to me is I've been here since 1989, and I've been to other states before, and there's nothing like home. To me, it's family oriented. It's a great state to start a family, build a family. Great school districts. If people don't mind the cold, the freezing temperature, hey, this is the best place to move to. We've seen, as you may have experienced or continue to experience, a lot of migrations from out of state, right?
Yep.
So for the obvious reasons. So, and if I can tie a little bit about real estate, we've seen multiple offers,
That's
cash
the point.
offers coming. And we survey these people, these buyers, where are they coming from? They're coming from the West, from the East, and we have people migrating out of the state just because they got tired of the cold and they're taking advantage. So it's kind of fun to see kind of people moving around, bring in new experiences and hopefully bring in new ways of opportunities as well.
What's the price ranges are you seeing in your areas? Because here in New York, the places that I work in is usually 650 is an average price for a house, for a 3 to 4 bedroom house here in Queens and Long Island, and some parts of Brooklyn as well. What kind of properties do you have?
Well, across the board, our average is about 355 across the board. Luxury for us is anything about $500,000, and we can go up to 15. I've seen maybe 20 million homes.
Okay.
But those are kind of very rare. Anything that is around the lake up here, you're going to probably find an average of about $5-6 million if it's on a good lake.
All right. You mentioned basically Minnesota as home. I'm obviously I'm a Prince fan. People don't know that; they know that now. And I know Prince had a lot of things that he did in Minnesota. I believe he still has a mansion out there.
Yeah,
Now,
up in the Chanson in the west side of town. Yes.
all right, I'm actually that's on my bucket list. Hopefully this year that might happen. This year I might actually come out to visit. Besides for us Prince fans, what else is there? Like people might not know that they should come visit and possibly stay.
Well, and here's what probably people have heard of the term that's called skyways.
Mm-hmm.
So don't let the cold weather kind of deceive you at all, because you get into the car, it's warm. You get inside the garage, it's warm. But you get into a building and you want to move to another building, you don't even have to go outside. So whether you're in downtown Minneapolis or downtown St. Paul, you're connecting through these skyways.
Really?
So yeah, so it's a fabulous idea. I think whoever invented this years ago. So it's kind of like a beautiful scenery when you're walking through skyways and it's snowing outside. It's beautiful. Of course, we have the Mayo Clinic. Let's not discount Rochester, which is
Okay.
about an hour and a half south of the Twin Cities. You know, the Mayo Clinic, where magic happens, obviously. So yeah, so the skyways are, I think, are a new thing, and it's a highlight, you know, if I may bring it up. So between both cities, you know,
All
they
right.
have them in downtown St. Paul as well in downtown Minneapolis.
All right. My next question is going to be pretty much what kind of professionals? I know there's different families going out there, but what kind of professionals, what kind of jobs or job opportunities are out there?
Well, we've got, if I may maybe rephrase your question, is what are some of the major companies that are out here,
Yeah.
right? You know,
Yeah.
we know Medtronic is born here, 3M, Honeywell, Target, Cargill. You've got United Health is up here, Blue Cross is up here. God, these are there's a lot of industrial, and there's a lot of retail, a lot of pharmaceutical companies. You know, really that attracts a lot of people to really relocate here. But these are the top of the companies that I could really think of, top of
All
my
right.
head.
Is there anything that you want to talk about that we didn't discuss already that people should know if they're thinking about, hey, this is a place I want to buy or some place I want to invest in real estate? Is there anything that you want to tell them?
Well, if I may talk a little bit more about my mission, about my purpose of doing
Go,
real estate, you know,
go for it.
because we have families, you know, that have been diagnosed with autism, whatever it is on the spectrum. You know, families always kind of seek immediate resources because they want immediate results, right? Every state is different. Every state's capabilities are various, and by all means are not equal. But Minnesota tends to be one of the top 10 states, you know, when offering resources and services to families with special needs, specifically autism. And here we're kind of focusing on autism just because my son has autism, and I could relate to a lot of these families, you know, which kind of influenced me throughout the years to put my focus more deep dive into it. I've written a couple storybooks, and I'm working on a third one right now that streamlines the process of buying and selling, while at the same time staying safe and protected during and post the move. So yeah, that's so just don't, you know, to those families, you know, if they come across your episode here, you know, don't think that you're alone. Reach out, you know, my contact information, I'm sure Evans will share that, you know, look
You
me
know
up.
what? Why don't you share that information right now?
It's Tony Farah, it's
Where,
TonyFarah.com.
okay, where can they find the book first of all before we go into
I
your
don't
company?
have them, you know, honestly, the books are not on Amazon yet because I'm looking at creating a series,
Okay.
because they're kind of more of a illustration driven books versus content. There's 80% illustration, 20% content. And
Okay.
the reason is because kids on the spectrum, regardless of their age, are driven by illustrations, by soft pictures. And then hopefully that promotes different types of ideas to share a story about one illustration, for example.
Okay.
So what I've done is I've helped several families, you know, who made the move, and I'm so grateful and thankful for that opportunity, because to me it's fulfilling somebody else's life, because they're kind of like a desperate in a sense, and they want resources faster than time. And I wish it happens, but it doesn't. But the fact that we have enough resources up here, people are content to make a move. And hopefully I could help your clients, or now you know a little bit about, you know, somebody that specializes in a unique niche market is out there, and you know, Tony Farah is out there, and so please reach out, you know.
Tony, thank you so much for doing this. I think I want to hit this in the head one more time. You mentioned this already. I want people, whoever's watching this, to understand that basically they're not alone. If they have a child has special needs, there is somebody that out there that specializes in it. And if you're thinking about moving and you want to take advantage of a place that pretty much helps families such as yourself, definitely reach out to Tony. He lives and breathes this stuff every day, and he can help guide you. Even if you're not going to Minnesota, maybe he can help point you in the right direction.
Absolutely.
And, is there anything else you want to add?
Absolutely, man. No, I appreciate you. Thanks for bringing me on. It's an honor to be on your show, man. I appreciate it. So proud of you, man, and miss hugging you, man. Seriously. So
you know what? We're gonna be seeing each other maybe later on this year. We're gonna discuss off air basically where we'll be.
Awesome.
But I just want to let everybody know, if you found value from watching this video, please do not hesitate. Share this with your friends. Like, subscribe, share. And that's pretty much it. I'm your realtor here in New York. So if you ever need any advice, some direction, feel free to reach out to me. And if you're thinking about going to Minnesota, definitely reach out to Tony. His contact information is in this video. And that's pretty much it. Again, thank you for your time for watching this. And don't forget to look at the other videos that we have. And that's pretty much it. Have a blessed day. And Tony, I'll let you have the final words.
Thank you so much again, Evantz. Again, you hit it right on the nail as well. You're not alone. So there are people out there that really have a caring and a passion to whatever your needs are. So I say it this way: moving is difficult. Okay. Heck, sometimes waking up out of the bed, getting out of the bed to get ready is difficult, right? So I get it, and I walk in these people's shoes 24/7. So don't feel that you're alone. Real estate is not an easy, although there's a very little barrier to entry, but it takes a special heart and a special character to really help people move from point A to point Z. Hopefully myself or Evantz will be there to help you with that process. Thanks again.
All right. On that note, we're going to wish everybody a best day possible. Have a good one, and thanks for watching.
Take care.